And now I'm getting into the interior. So the carpet I just laid in. I haven't done any snap buttons yet on the floor underneath. Just laid in, and it needs some trimming. For instance, around here the flap handle. I think they use the same layout or the pattern for the carpet for the PA22 tri-pacer and the Colt, doesn't have a flap handle, so I think so. Maybe that's why they didn't cut it out. But other than that, it fits fairly nice. I've also started to work on putting the insulation in, so all that is in as far as the cabin goes. Here under the seat, or under the door I should say, and then also by the pilot seat. So all that is in. I am now start putting some panels in here, and then also at home I will work on the covering the seats. So I've been working on the interior panels. This is an AirTex interior. The seats fit very nicely. I did the front seats, and the rear seat comes fully assembled. So this is the back of the right hand side panel that goes from the luggage compartment all the way up to the front edge of the front seat. And the back of this panels is corrugated plastic. So you see I did a lot of opening up holes basically here where there are tubes on the airframe. This is for the seat slider. This is for the seat slider here. Here I make clearance for a fuel line. I don't cut all the way through, I just take the corrugated plastic off. And then here also in the back I have more cutouts for where tubes from the airframes are. This hole is where the rear seat connects. So there's a lot of little trimming. I also cut off probably a good 3/4 inch, half an inch, 3/4 inch of the bottom of this panel to make it fit better, and I will show a little bit later how it fits in the airplane now. So the first panel is in, the one I showed earlier where I was trimming in the back. So on the top there's a trim piece here along the rear window, so I use that to tuck the vinyl underneath, and then on here on top I'm just using Velcro, so I can later, if I need to, I can just take that off, but Velcro should be just fine. So it looks pretty good. Got the seat in, so the seat slides back and forth, so I have enough clearance there. After a lot of fitting, marking, trimming, putting it in again, fitting, marking, trimming, and do this over and over again, I got the side panels in. This is the one by the pilot side. Then this is how the back looks. I can turn the light around here so maybe see a little bit better. And so I still have to do fitting of the bulkhead, and also the final fitting of the panels in the luggage compartment. And this is the rear passenger side. So now the next task is, my old interior was glued, which I don't really care for much, because when you have to get to the fuel lines, there are fuel lines behind here and wires. If you have to get to them, it's very difficult when everything is glued in. So I'm gonna make trim pieces that go over the door sill here, whatever you call it. which is also protects this from getting in and out, where you scrape over and with your boots and with your shoes and everything. So I'm gonna make all these also up here, make a new trim piece. And the only problem is, or something to watch out for is, part of this, like here in the front, up to about here, there's nothing behind, but then from here all the way up there's a tube behind, which runs all the way on this side here. So rather than putting the screws to fasten it down in a straight line, I can put them center here, but here from here on I may have to put them all the way here to the edge, so I don't drill into the tubes, and then here, so this will be, and I show this later, so it will kind of straddle this, and then this part will just a piece of trim that just goes up here, and this is hollow, so that's fine. So, but that's where I am. Also on this side, here I fastened it under the window trim, so that's done. But there was no trim piece here, so this I also have to make and do that. And then also, of course, the rear passenger door, I have to make a trim piece, and then around the luggage compartment. But it's coming together. So probably took me like 4 or 5 hours, but I got the front door, all the trim pieces done. Here's on the front by the door, and then where the door hinge is here, and then this is where the step is to come in, and all the way up here on the back. So that will hold my interior pieces nicely in place. I had to make this one twice, because the first one I made, I couldn't take the seat out after I put it on, so I had to, this was also much wider here, so I had to make this more narrow and notches out, so now the seat can slide in and out. But overall looks good, so I can move on to the other doors. Next I maybe do the rear door and by the pop-out window, and then I still have to do the luggage compartment door, and then I'm done with the interior, other than putting upholstery on the seat bottoms. So the front and rear passenger door were the last interior panels I had to mount. So, and I just finished that. So on the top, on the both of these, I just tucked the vinyl under the trim pieces here. This is the front door, and the same on the back door, on the rear door. I know I have some wrinkles here, but I had to take the foam out underneath here to make sure that the door lever moves freely. Before, the foam was pushing on it, and of course safety first. So with the foam on it, when I pushed it down, it wouldn't come back up, and the door release would get stuck. So that means somebody maybe cannot close the door. So there's a few wrinkles here, but I'm not too bothered about it. So but anyway, so the vinyl is tucked in underneath. The sides and bottoms, I made, actually here, this is just laying in here nicely. So I made trim pieces, aluminum trim pieces, to hold it in place. The same here. This is the front of the rear door, the bottom of the rear door, and then the back of the rear door. I made all these trim pieces here to hold it in, and the front door is held in by a hinge. So there's like 5 screws or bolts that go through the hinge, and they hold the door in place. So these are the only screws that are actually visible through the side panels, and I made this trim piece. So I'm done with all the interior pieces, except I have to take these back off and give them a coat of paint, paint in gray. But right now it's so cold outside, and I can't paint in the house, of course, so this has to wait until it gets a little warmer. And so even when the doors are attached to the airplane, I can just take this off and quickly give them a coat of paint. So this is the end of the video about the interior panels. I will do a separate video for the seats, since otherwise this video gets too long, but I finished the installation of the side panels. So they are in, made all these little trim pieces. They're all painted here around the door, the entry step here, everything is on. So that is all done. Luggage compartment also all done with the trim pieces. So that's all done. I did put the rear door on, that is all done. The front door is also done, but it's not, I haven't put it on yet because I still have to put the windshield in. So I made these trim pieces here. And then here's the side panel on the right hand side in the rear. So I did end up making one piece here. At first I was trying to use Velcro, but it kept popping off. So I just made a piece that slides in behind the window here and then gives this a nice finishing look. So I'm all done with the interior panels, and like I said, the front seat's already in and part of the rear seat is in, but I'm still working on the rear bench seat. But that will be a separate video. So this will conclude the video about the interior panels. So one more look here, but that is how it looks on the inside with the carpet in and everything. Okay, see you in the next video.